Hello and welcome everybody to the Join League season number 3. It's going to be a 2-game series between Insidious Idol and Immunity, as we actually do have this game. We are rather worried that Immunity actually won't show up at all, but here we are trying to load into the game. One player still left, but in any case, we're HeflaTV. I am Coucher and I am joined by Mike Lores.
Oh yeah, nothing better than a game that's hugely delayed and then having internet problems or connection problems or something on top of that. It's really just the best combination possible, I think.
I think so. I mean, the weird thing is that when the start is delayed, everything else is delayed somehow as well. It works magically like that. It's all linked together.
Time, man. Can't get around it. Never cooperates with you. Oh man. If only there was some way that we could bypass all this weak time stuff. This game would be so much easier. And internet stuff and everything like that. I'm actually surprised that IM showed up. Like, it didn't seem like they were coming at all.
Yeah, I was pretty sure as well that that's gonna be just a forfeit, and actually we were like 2 minutes off of calling it as well. So I'm a bit happy that they showed up and actually we got the load into the game as well. Somebody even paused just to make sure the timer actually doesn't tick down, I guess. But in any case, we are finally in the draft, and all Insidious Idol starts just standard like and ban.
Yeah, nothing too surprising. I don't think there's going to be anything surprising within this first ban phase. There very rarely is. Like, sometimes you'll see a Tinker or something like that, but 9 times out of 10, it's nothing exactly to write home about. So, yeah, Insidious Idol versus Immunity. I don't really know too much about these teams, so I don't actually know who is going to have an upper hand here, although I'm inclined to think Insidious slightly.
You mean Insidious Idol, they've been actually looking pretty good recently. They do have one stand-in ABC, I mean C-Red. Although he's just running with the stand-in tag at the moment, he's actually played with them, and I don't even know why he has a stand-in tag. But in any case, I mean, they've been looking pretty damn solid, whereas Immunity, they've had to play with a couple of stand-ins, at least the past couple of series in Join Dota League, which is a little bit unfortunate, and it really hasn't worked out for them at all. And in CSI, they're a team that run Tusk, Juggernaut, heroes as such, as supports.
Alright, well, I'm all aboard that. That sounds like a lot of fun, if they do it. For now, it's going to be a Doom first pick, and, you know, as strong as a hero as Doom is, I'm getting more and more on the fence about picking him first. There's just so many times when getting him is fine for the first 2 picks, and then later on in the draft, Doom is not going to be contributing at all, and he's just like an odd one out. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think Doombringer, it's just the enemy can do exactly what Immunity might be going for. Just start the push early, and Doombringer really isn't all that great with early aggression or up against early aggression. So, man, we will see Immunity. Starting with a Pugna, definitely nothing you see every day. So, what the hell can their second pick even be here? I mean, Nature's Prophet if they just want to go for that all-out kind of push style.
Yeah, they curiously enough banned out Death Prophet themselves, and, well, not going to be Nature's Prophet, but it is going to be a very, very aggressive pushing hero. Jakiro Pugna is probably the most aggressive pushing start that you could get. Like, maybe Pugna Death Prophet is a little bit more so, but yeah, it doesn't really get much better than Jakiro Pugna. So all of a sudden, Insidious, they know that they are going to be under a lot of early game pressure. Doom is not going to be happy with that. He wants a lot of time so that his Devourer can take him up to a huge gold lead. So he's already a little bit in an awkward position right now, but Insidious, their supports need to make sure, and hell, everyone else on their team, needs to make sure they are capable of fighting early. If not, they're just simply going to lose the game. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, they really have to draft accordingly at the moment to just try to stop the push or slow it down. Of course, in Immunity, they've gone for the non-unit based pushing, so Liquid Fire just Nether Blast. It actually gives them a slight advantage because, I mean, it's so hard to actually stop that kind of style. You just actually have to team fight into it. So, what are the options for Insidious Idol? I mean, go for something like a Tide Hunter, possibly, Centaur, something that can actually get the jump on them and properly team fight, or?
Yeah, winning the lanes and getting initiation heroes are the 2 best ways to counter this sort of aggressive pushing strategy. So if they really want to make sure they win the lanes, then they'll get an aggressive tri-lane that is capable of killing a Pugna and killing a Pugna often. It's a hard lane because Pugna Jakiro is already 2 ranged heroes, and it's got to be a very bursty lane on the Insidious side if they actually want to beat that. And it's going to be pretty easily choreographed, so Immunity can in fact dodge it. Going for a Brewmaster is never going to be a bad start, so getting this pick is going to give them that initiation and team fight a little bit down the line, and it's pretty much immune completely to Pugna and Jakiro, so it pretty much doesn't get any better than Brewmaster, but they still need a little bit more initiation, I would say. Around the lines of Tide Hunter or something like that would be very, very nice.
Yeah, it really depends how they want to lane this. If they go for something like a safe lane Doombringer, I mean, I guess it's still a possibility. I mean, Tide Hunter would never be a bad pick if you want to just team fight, really. Of course, Ravage, a rather long cooldown, so immunity, even if they get wiped once, they might just come back once again straight after if they respawn. But looking at the next set of bans, Insidious Idol, they ban out their Nature Prophet, immunity actually taking out a Venomancer, which is also a hero that Insidious Idol, they've been running so damn often if it hasn't been banned. I think I've seen them play it like 4 games in a row the last times I've casted them. Maybe even more a little bit, so the Venomancer are definitely a hero that they want. And also, Plague Wards, I guess, decent dish for counter push.
Yeah, I mean, if you set up 4 or 5 Plague Wards, and Creep Waves are going to be not very long for life, and sometimes it's all you need. You just need to pull up the Creep Waves so that your Brewmaster can have an easy way in. Insidious, they're also going to kick out the Shadow Shaman, just banning out heroes that could add to this non-unit based pushing, as well as Nature's Prophet in general being annoying no matter what type of pushing comp he's going to be played in. So, immunity, I wouldn't be surprised to see them ban out someone with a lot of initiation. I don't know if Clockwork's dangerous enough to necessarily ban out, but certainly I think they could assume that Doom is probably going to get core amounts of farm in the safe lane, so that immunity can potentially punish that with Pugna Jakiro. Doom, if he does end up in a tri-lane, is actually a very bad hero in that circumstance.
Yeah, I've seen like one tri-lane Doombringer, or aggressive tri-lane Doombringer actually working out as well, but it's really a rare occasion to be honest, so we'll see how either team wants to approach this now. Immunity probably gonna go for some more aggression at the moment. Maybe have some heroes that can actually roam around rather well as well. Actually, they pick up a Sven now, and is it going to be core or support here?
I think core Sven's a little bit stronger in general, but either way, they're gonna have a nice play stun. It'll be a little bit awkward potentially going with Pugna and Jakiro if it is going to be a tri-lane of those 3 heroes. I don't know who's going to be getting core amounts of farm there. But it also might be a mid-Sven. They know that Brewmaster is going to be there most likely, and that's not a terrible matchup for Sven. If they really want to try to get away with that, they probably can.
Yeah, it's been... I think I've seen like one core Sven across the past couple of weeks. And even that, I only glimpsed that maybe Team Secret was playing it, maybe it was Navi, something like that. But we will see as Insidious Idol, they go for the Earthshaker. It was a hero on my mind just because of that long range initiation potential with the Fisher. But they're just sitting around with 3 melee heroes now.
3 melee heroes versus Jakiro and versus Sven, hell, even versus Pugna. Not exactly where you want to be from Insidious. All these 3 heroes are capable of getting to the back lines and killing off someone like a Pugna, but they'll need to wade through the Sven and the Liquid Fire and the Ice Path, and after all of that, I don't know if they'll have enough to kill off a Pugna. So, Insidious, their next 2 picks, I don't really care what they are as long as they're ranged heroes. If they get any more melee, then their lanes are just going to be completely terrible. And if you're not going to win in the laning phase versus a pushing comp, you damn well better be ready to fight early on. And these heroes, though they can do it somewhat, Brewmaster and Earthshaker especially, are going to not exactly be Sven levels of power or Pugna levels of power. So, immunity, they should feel pretty comfortable in this situation right now, really no matter how they want to lane this. As far as supports go, Scarith Mage still in the pool, but they might even want to go for just holding this like Sven support, Jakiro support, and then just be fine with that. So 2 cores possibly going to be the next order of business for immunity, and off of that, I don't really know who they're going to go for. A Dragon Knight would be a pretty nice hero for them right now.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a Dragon Knight at all, it's just a pretty nice tanky frontliner and an additional hero to make it so that Insidious Idol's melee supports can't go for that backline of immunity, but they pick up a Vengeful instead, so that's gonna be their secondary support. Of course, I guess it can be a core role as well, but it's decent enough up against Doombringer. Whoever gets doomed, you just swap them out. Maybe even if somebody gets Fisher blocked, you can do the same. And minus armor to just get Roshan earlier, Vengeance Aura for the additional push, but Insidious Idol, they go for a Dazzle now, so that's gonna be the ranged hero. Something to actually keep their own heroes alive as well, but I'm not too sure if it's just gonna be enough to stop the push.
Dazzle's inherently a low damage hero. He's a very defensive support, which is sometimes really good, other times it's not. And This is one of those times where I don't think it's going to be exactly what Insidious Idol want because even though they may not die, they're not going to be killing immunity fast enough just because Dazzle or Shaker don't actually do that much damage until much later on. Immunity with these heroes that they've picked up for themselves, they have a lot of crowd control, they have a lot of potential early aggression, and also they have a good amount of lane versatility. Like Vengeful Spirit, Sven, Jakiro, Pugna, we've all seen them played as core roles, support roles, really anything. So Immunity, they have flexibility to go wherever they want, pretty much, and they could play some pretty good lanes wherever they go.
Yeah, they could indeed. I mean, I'm really liking Immunity's draft at the moment. So, just excited to see what they're going to go for as last. And actually, looking at the last bans, Insidious is actually taking out the Meepo of all heroes. I guess if a Meepo can snowball, especially since snowballing will be a lot easier if you're actually getting towers as well. But wow, they go for a Beastmaster instead. And my Immunity's lineup is all kinds of aggression. Plus,
This is like a
level 1
really
Roshan.
old school lineup for Immunity. I like it.
Can they level 1 Roche with this?
Yes, they can, but I don't know if they should. Like, they have Beastmaster Boar to potentially tank up a couple of hits, or the Aura, rather, to make them do a lot more damage. They have the Vengeful Spirit minus Armor, Liquid Fire. Those three, I think, no matter what the Sven and Pugna heroes would be, if they were different heroes, they could have roached. And Insidious Idol, they're going to go for a Sniper as their last. Oh man, Insidious, they are definitely running the risk of being punished by picking up too many late game heroes in the Sniper and Doom. Immunity, if they do go for level 1 Roche, then that would just be huge. Like, more so than usual, just because they'll be able to snowball that much faster into tier 1 towers.
You mean, I guess Immunity, they don't have the most common of just initiators at the moment. Of course, the supports can go for blinks or cores, but the sniper might be enough to just stay at the back lines and not get focused down, but this sniper, he won't do a crazy amount of damage to actually disrupt Immunity properly for a long time, I think. So like I said, going a little bit greedy under just 2 cores. So we'll see how it works out for them and Immunity. If not going for Roche, also a common thing is that if you have a lineup that can potentially Roche, you just go around the trees and just try to backstab. But, well, we will see. The reconnection comes in from balls, and to introduce the lineups as well. For Immunity on the dire side, Slicks will be playing the Pugna, leaving Cynical on the Vengeful Spirit, Fini on the Sven, with Shatan on the Jakiro, leaving Balls play the Beastmaster as the last one.
Alright, and on Insidious we got ABC playing the Earthshaker with Z-Red on the Dazzle, both of them supporting. Ysera is going to be playing the Brewmaster, currently heading towards the mid lane. Solo off, looks like it's going to be played by Shagasaurus, the Doombringer, and that leaves Sniper down on the bottom lane. Sniper, with these two heroes, is going to be a very difficult kill for Immunity to take, but oh, they are packing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, this is going to be a level 1 Roshan.
Yeah,
here we go.
Beastmaster skilled Inner Beast as well, just early on, and well, Liquid Fire is there. It's definitely scary. They do get the Observer Ward down at the very least as Disconnect comes out from Ysera. And, I mean, this Disconnect might just give Insidious the time to be like, oh crap man, they can actually level 1 Roche.
This is a puppy pause, 50 seconds before the creep spawn. The last hero for Immunity, the Pugna, isn't really there, and that's really just the Ring of Basilius difference right now, but they do have quite a bit of tanking power and damage potential with the minus armor, with the liquid fire, as well as the wave of terror. So this Roshan should be dropped pretty quickly, although Insidious, they kind of are looking like they know what's going on. Doombringer may just slant downwards and go downriver, and Ysera's kind of in the area as well. This could turn out to be very, very bad for Immunity, and if they give up a bad fight here, then they could very easily lose the game just because they won't be able to get going fast.
I mean, I actually have no idea why Slicks was even all that slow, since Pugna usually is a pretty fast hero. They have enough healing salves, and oh man. Insidious, are they waiting for everybody? They're not going yet. I guess they're expecting Immunity to just go into some jungle aggression instead. And if this works out, it's going to be absolutely amazing. But if not, if ABC comes in with that Fisher block, they are going to be so royally screwed.
Oh, here they go. They're just waiting for Roshan to take its toll. The ward is there. It's going to spot everyone coming in. Blast onto 2 now as the gig is up. These are only level 1 heroes with nothing too useful for fighting, though. Roshan dropped down to 2700 HP, and they still want to go for it, Fissure. It's looking for it's going to catch onto 2 as well as block off that ramp, although it's probably not going to benefit Insidious that much that the ramp is blocked, because that just means everyone's going to turn and fight. The sniper is here with Shrapnel. That's going to be doing less than nothing. Vengeful Spirit, unfortunately, doesn't have a magic missile. Could have made the difference there, and well, it looks like the Insidious team showed up at just the perfect timing. They're going to defend the Roshan, although Immunity, they just still kind of looking like they want to go for it. Sniper's going to see everyone moving in and out, though, so even though they could go for it at this point, I don't really know if it's worth it. They're going to be forced to give it up, and this means that they're going to start the game with some awkward skills, and unless they get the kill on Nistera right now, it's going to really be a slow start for Immunity. They spent so much on restoration. They used 2-3 salves, and they didn't get anything for it. I don't know why there's 3 heroes in the mid lane, but that's certainly happening right now.
Looks like they're going for a push straight out. I mean, I have seen like go level 1 Roshan then go push, but that's usually when you're like have a Nature's Prophet plus an Enigma or something, create all those units and go for the push. So it's definitely weird seeing a tri-lane mid lane. Brewmasters, just they're gonna get so many levels out of this and Immunity. If this doesn't work out, if they don't get the tower by like 2-3 minutes in, they're just gonna be so screwed, because suddenly Insidious they'll be already like closing in on level 6 to actually be ready. Oh, the Fissure balls on the wrong side though. Isera even connects with the Thunderclap, but Fissure block not quite there, and Immunity, they're on tilt.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to say it. You know, when we were talking about the lanes, I don't think we explored the possibility of there being a tri-lane mid. Probably should have, because clearly it's a standard thing to do. They're just going to keep going for it, and the bad thing about this lane is that it doesn't push really fast. Inner Beast level 1 is okay. Level 1 Blast kind of sucks, and level 1 Liquid Fire also kind of sucks, especially when you miss it against the Brewmaster so many times. So they don't have much pushing power. They don't have any killing power. So then it's just like 3 randos in a lane doing absolutely nothing together. These guys need to bust up this lane. It's just not working out. And Shaitan trying to go for Roshan, I mean, maybe he'll get the stack off, but yeah, that's I don't really know what Immunity are doing right now. They're just kind of just running around and being on tilt, as he said.
I'm not too sure if anybody knows what they're doing at the moment.
Sorry.
It is a first time for me seeing this, just tri-lane mid straight out. Not even ganking, or just sometimes it's like the supports are constantly roaming into the mid lane, so the enemy team responds in turn with their own supports roaming. So it's like a tri-lane versus tri-lane kind of situation, but never have I seen that they're all just running to the lane and they're going back into Roche. 5 heroes have gathered. It is not a surprise to Insidious though. I think they're aware of this, although Immunity. They have picked up a couple of extra levels. Kfin, if he can get the stun, no, he can't get in range. Chu comes in as well, level 2 Shrapnel. It's going to do a lot of damage. Cynical is going to go down for first blood. Healing self, keeps him alive at balls. Going to get bashed by Roshan. That's going to be first blood. Sniper, he gets stunned up in return. But there's a Thunderclap onto 2 heroes by Isera. They're probably going to get Sven here as well, I think. Do they have any slows? Anything at all? The Fissure comes through. 1 more right click. 3 heroes down. Actually, Roshan kills off Cynical, but Shatan slowed down. 1 more right click. Triple kill for Sniper, man. This game can be over pretty damn fast if it continues like this.
Yeah, is the game already over? Like, Immunity spent so much time, they've sacrificed every single one of their lanes in order to kill off this Roshan, and then they just give the Sniper a triple kill, which is, at this point, not the worst hero to give a triple kill to. It would have been a lot worse if the Brewmaster got it, but still, Immunity, they don't have any backup plan for this. They're just going straight back down towards the direction. Like, there's no on top lane at all. This is 2-lane Dota right now, and well, Sven wants to check out this health status of Roshan, but at this point, if they go in again, they're just going to get cleaned up even easier than the last time. So I don't really know what Immunity have to fall back on right now. The Beastmaster's in the middle lane. He's doing just fine, I guess. But versus the level 4 Brewmaster, Beastmaster isn't going to be doing jack. And Chu is potentially in a little bit of trouble, but he has phase boots. And there's only a couple of levels on these heroes, so he's not in that much trouble in actuality. There's the Stormhammer as well as the Ice Path potential, but no, it's not going to happen just yet. Magic Missile not going to happen either. He's going to run south into the tree line. Blast is going to miss, and the right click does not kill him off. Slicks now is going to run back at very low amounts of HP. ABC has got to try to dig his way out of here. Eat, and then run away. He's going to run straight into Slicks. No damage here, however, and the Shrapnel is going to be deployed now as Sniper with the phase boots back up to full HP from a salve. In Immunity, they have, once again, 4 heroes in the bottom lane doing absolutely nothing. They're going to be falling so far behind already. We see about a 3,000 gold and experience lead in favor
Mid
of
lane is Zera, gonna go
Insidious,
for
and they're gonna
balls.
go
One
for
more
balls.
right click. Actually, the healing cell keeps you alive for a little while longer, but Drunken Haste together with Thunderclap, just enough slow. And double damage rune, man, just so painful on a Brewmaster. So 5-0. Immunity, they're not farming like you mentioned as well. At least there's nobody on the top lane from Insidious side as well, but Doombringer can still get something even out of the jungle if need be. And man, this game, Immunity, they went for the high risk. Although I think they could have still had a pretty solid chance had they just gone for standard lanes after the first Rosh attempt. Oh, actually, they stun different targets as well. Primal Split, it's available. Can they get Shagasaurus? Maybe Sarah Thunderclap doesn't have enough mana anymore for the Primal Split, but they do not even need it.
Primal Split can basically kill off 3 of these heroes so very easily. It's level 2, 2, 3. Yeah, they're all like level 3 and 2. A Tower Denied is going to be a little bit of a nice boost for Immunity, but they have no answer to at all.
Look at the hero level graph, man. Holy crap. Holy crap. Maximum level 3. 5.5 minutes in. They need this
Roshan. Go
Roshan.
for round 3 on Roshan.
Oh.
This is not going to end well because Brewmaster has enough mana for split, and they actually just can't fight in here once the split happens. This is going to be a clean sweep. None of these Immunity heroes are going to survive. Unless Ball slips out. No, he's trapped. He's dead. Yeah, everyone's just dead. It's over.
Yeah, GG. 6 minutes in with Immunity. I'm just at the lack for words at the moment. This game was rather trollish, I want to say.
I mean, they take the high risk, mediocre reward route, and I think, as you said, if they just dissolved after that first Roshan attempt, they could have had a decent shot at this game because they do have so much pushing power, but they just got tunnel visioned, and, well, it's a 6-minute game. That's gonna pretty much balance out all the time we spent waiting.
Yeah, that's true enough at the moment. So guys, it's gonna be a 2-game series, unless Immunity just go and get the hell off. But hopefully not. Hopefully we'll actually see game number 2 with some more standard and solid plays by, I guess, Immunity. But in any case, we're heading into game number 2's lobby, guys, now. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in game number 2.